Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about emergency funds, not how to save up, build an emergency fund. This video assumes that you already have at least some savings built up. If you don't, unfortunately, assuming you do have some extra money saved up, you've been financially responsible. Now, during this pandemic, you've come across hard times. The pandemic, unemployment, bonus money is running out at the end of this month. State unemployment reserves are running out in many states as well. So we're unsure if we'll get an extension to those bonus checks, and we're unsure if we'll be able to continue collecting unemployment checks. In addition to that, although we saw a reopening, some businesses are closing back down again. So even if your job has just started back up, we don't know how long we'll be able to have these jobs for. So unfortunately now, worst case scenario, we have to dip into that emergency fund. What do? I know a lot of videos and articles talk about how to build up your savings. How much should I save? How much money should I save? Where should I store my money? Things like that, which is great. But now we're coming up on hard times and we actually have to take that money and use it. How do we use it responsibly, and how do we make sure it lasts for us to be able to get by during difficult times? So to break this down a little bit, I want to first give a general overview of the types of situations where you need to use your emergency fund. Traditionally, we're looking at emergency events such as medical events, unexpected car repairs, home repairs, family, personal emergencies, and also job loss. So this video is mostly focused on the job loss aspect. Let's say you were laid off or furloughed and unable to find a new job or a source of income. You might have family or medical conditions preventing you from working in certain jobs. So you don't have a job, unemployment, and bonus unemployment is running out. What do we do now? The first thing is we need to kind of switch our mindset into super saving mode. Even if you normally save a portion of your paycheck, that's not going to be enough now. With the emergency fund, we're looking at using that money only on bare necessities, the things that you absolutely need to get by on, to keep you on your feet until you find the next job. So you've lost your job, no income source. What are we focusing on? What are the necessities? A couple things I've come up with. Let me know if you have any other suggestions. But the main big ones I would say is your rent. If you're renting an apartment or have a mortgage, some type of living expenses, and utilities and insurance along with that. Your food, your grocery bill, the food that you need to be eating every day. Health and auto insurance, transportation costs if you're still driving, grocery store, or going out to job interviews, either on gas or on public transit if you rely on that as well. And also paying off debt if you have mortgages or loans that you need to pay off. Even if you're given a forbearance and you're able to pay that off later. Now this might depend on your situation. If you're given a forbearance, you might not need to pay those loans off right now. You might be able to add it on to the end of the term. But just remember, even though it's delayed, pushed back, you still will have to pay that back at some point in the future. So those are the types of expenses that we need to consider and pay for. And on the other hand, some things that we should not be spending our money on, especially when we don't have a steady source of income: eating out, vacations, discretionary spending, streaming services, anything non-essential that you don't absolutely need should be put on pause for now. That means cancel all your memberships, your Netflix, your Spotify, your Disney Plus, your delivery boxes, your loot boxes, anything like that you need to get rid of. And for a lot of these, there are ways that you can still stream your music, watch your shows and movies. You can make playlists of music videos on YouTube. There are other ways to watch TV shows and movies online. But now is the time to save money and if you really want to enjoy some of those luxuries, find other ways to do so. Right? Emergency fund time is extra saving time. No going out to eat as well. Buying clothes, shopping, anything non-essential, we should stop now and wait until we're in a more stable position. Okay, so we've broken down some of the things that we should be spending our money on. As I said earlier, now is the time to go into super budget mode. super saver mode. If you don't do so already, this would also be an excellent time to keep track of your expenses, make a budget line by line, exactly what you're spending your money on, and reevaluate this after a couple weeks, after a month, to see how much you've been spending, how much money you have left, when you can expect to have another steady source of income, right? And as with saving money now and spending, another way you can help yourself out, finding other sources of income that might not necessarily be from your old job or your main profession. The first one, obviously, unemployment assistance is going to be a major source as long as you can get it. But if you're comfortable working gig jobs, right, Instacart, driving rideshare might not be as safe now. Also, online services, Fiverr, things like that. Tons of videos out there going over passive income sources, side hustles that you can look into if you have some extra time now that you're not working full time. A lot of the time dedicated to finding a new job or building up new income sources. So theoretically, you should have some more free time. But one thing I would say, do not kind of use that extra investment money, try to put that into extra investments, use that money to gamble, hoping that you can make some of that money back. Also, be careful if you want to use that money to try to start up something new, like a business or a new investment into a business. Especially now, things are so uncertain. It would be really bad to use up kind of the last of your savings, start something up, and not have it pan out in the end. So just to wrap this all up, really important time to look at your expenses, cut everything out that you don't absolutely need. Really appreciate that you had the extra savings. Don't take anything for granted and work to get back on your feet, back to where you were before all of this. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know down in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video if you found it useful. Stay subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already. But thanks for watching. Peace out.